I appreciate you joining us. Just recently signed Summer and Messiah as well, a couple draft picks. Kind of talk about what they've added to the club. Emily as well, that's 3 of your draft picks you've now signed. Kind of talk about that draft class coming in and what's impressed you the most about the young talent.
Yeah, we're really happy with them all signing for us. Given that they've come here for a short space of time and they've impressed us since day one. We knew what we were getting, but to be in the environment and show their qualities amongst some of our top players, like they fully deserve what they've gotten here. So we're really excited for the future of the likes of Summer, Messiah, and Emily, and what they can bring to the team moving forward.
What else? I guess kind of on that same vein of rookies, just the I guess adjustment of the players. You know, Messiah was kind of talking about how it's more chess, not checkers, in terms of the adjustment. How have you kind of felt the just from your standpoint, getting these players adjusted as quick as possible from the college game to the professional game? What have you found has been the best kind of tactic in terms of getting them adjusted?
Just making them feel wanted and feel good about themselves. I think that's important. Like getting to know the person a little bit more, and then how they integrate with the team. It's a big transition for a lot of the young players, the rookies that are coming in from playing collegiate level to pro level, and it is a big adjustment. But there is a grace period, and you have to give young players time to develop, and they're not a finished article. They've got to be part of that. They have to be aligned with where we see them as well. So it's difficult because they go from being the top senior players at college to then being a rookie in a pro environment. So it's just making sure everyone's together, learning a lot from the senior players that we have here already, learning a lot from the coaching staff, and again, it goes back to them feeling wanted, and when they feel wanted, they'll run a mile for you, run for a wall for you. So we're really pleased that we've managed to get them over the line and be part of it.
I guess speaking of young players, Haley Bujaya was a player that was talked a lot about last year. You were very keen on taking your time with her and making sure that she was ready to go when she was ready to go. Now that she's had some preseason and you've gotten a better understanding of her game and where she fits, how have you felt her adjustments been to the league and to this team as well?
Yeah, I think I think we forget that Haley's only 18. She's a star for a national team as well. So there's a lot of pressure on a player so young, and going overseas and playing here, and it's a physical league and it's a transitional league. There has to be some grace in that also, and she's in a great environment to develop and get to know who she is as a person as well. And I think we're gonna need her this year also. You see her qualities. You saw the goal against UCF. That's what she can bring, and we're asking consistency with that also, and put fear in defenders. And she's starting to get there now. She's it's a hot climate here as well, which is different also, and making sure that she's using the right resources to perform day in, day out. So again, she's 18, she's still learning, she's still finding what she can do here at the Pride, and when she's on the field, she's going to be brilliant for us.
You've had Adriana now for a little bit of time after missing out on the first couple weeks of preseason. What have your impressions been of her so far and the integration with the team?
I mean, she's a world-class player. Finish against FSU was top. So yeah, it's just getting her again integrated with the team. It helps with Marta being here and helping with that transition. Another player that's come overseas and getting to know the league and the physicality of the league, and her quality is top. So we have no doubt about that. It's again, it goes back to the consistency. Can you do it every game? Can you put fear in defenders, and can you ultimately score goals at the end of it? So she's shown that she can score goals, quality goals, and again, she's a really exciting player that the fans will look forward to watching each week.
Just in terms of the preseason roster, obviously the updated roster just dropped yesterday. The three players that you have currently, including Konya Plummer, obviously you're familiar with her work playing at UCF and also being with the Pride for a time. What was the decision kind of bringing her back into the fold and giving her another look?
I think once Carrie's injury happened, we needed some cover there, and just, she's familiar with the club, she's familiar with myself, and giving her an environment where she can continue to develop and reach her goals also. She only had a baby a couple of months ago as well, so it's incredible how quickly she's been able to come here and train and be a part of it. So yeah, it's given her the resources and environment where she can continue her development.
I guess officially, in terms of that preseason roster, there's only 4 listed midfielders. Obviously, players can play in multitude of positions, but is there any kind of concern heading into the season just in terms of the depth in midfield, especially with Vivi coming back and just having players that maybe haven't played a lot of minutes for you in that central midfield depth?
I think the way the game is going and the evolution of the game, you're not just fixed to one position now. We made it clear at the start, when we first took over last year, is that we want all-rounded players, so players who can play multiple positions. So I wouldn't say necessarily it's a concern of ours. We're going to put, come Portland game away from home, we're going to put the best available team out there. And if that means a player is somewhat playing out of position, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? So it's more about our identity and our principles and going there and trying to win a game of football. Like, everyone gets fixed in, I'm a centre-back, I'm a midfielder, I'm a right-back or whatever. Like, you're a footballer at the end of the day.
Just kind of looking at this week, it's another week closer to the beginning of the season. What has been the kind of focus for this week specifically, following that FSU game and now heading into another week of preseason with another game coming out?
I think for me, we've had some brilliant results, and I know it's pre-season, but creating that winning mentality, and it's not just solely on one player, it's a team collective, and building that team chemistry is important to us, and having that willingness to want to win also. I think going into this week and multiple weeks, I feel we can control games a little bit better. And we had periods of the FSU game where we did control the game well and caused a lot of problems, but it's consistency, it's sticking to your principles, and but I've been really pleased of how pre-season's gone so far, and we just want that to transfer into the league and the season coming up.